Hiya guys, and welcome to Train Sim TV. We're back. It's been a bit of a break, but we have finally we've had our little rest and we're back on the old video scene. In today's video is the newly released Barrow Hill Extension from Just Trains. Now this is not a review. This is basically us showing and showcasing the product due to our affiliation with Just Trains and down to myself and Mark being involved with the project and building it. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a drive on one of the scenarios from the pack. We're going to have a drive down to Chesterfield and back. This is the Barrow Hill Roundhouse Shuttle scenario. This was to do with Model Rail Live, which was an event that took place here. So this was basically a shuttle to get people from the main line to the roundhouse. We're going to take this 156, so we're going to have a look around, and we'll take a look around the actual centre itself and show you everything that you need to know about the pack. Link for this pack is in the description below. It's £5.99, and again you get quite a bit for your money, so fingers crossed that it's one for you. And please note that you do need to have Sheffield to Derby, the base route from Midland Mainline, installed for this one to work. Right, so as you can see, straight ahead of you is the magnificent looking roundhouse building with the Class 20 in the doorway there. Right in front of it is the alien looking sanding tower, which is used to hold the sand for the locomotive wheels to aid in adhesion, obviously when slippy conditions are around. If we take a look inside, you can see the very magnificent looking roundhouse itself. Full interior for this one, working turntable, and many rows for you to store your locos on. So please note as well, this one is as per real life, they don't actually put tendered locos onto this. Some do fit, but majority of them, I think what they do is they tend to take the tender off, roll them into place, and then they'll shunt the actual steam locomotive into place and do it that way around. Just obviously with the length of the actual turntable. Going through here, you've got the entrance to the Roundhouse Visitor Centre. As well, what we'll do is, before we end the video, we'll take a loco onto the turntable just to show you guys it in operation as it does operate. I'll talk you through the controls on how to do that one if you're not familiar with how to use turntables in the sim. This is the entrance to the actual centre itself, and the ticketing office here, and of course the station. This is Roundhouse Halt. 2 platforms, which fit like two and a bit carriages really. 2 I would say at the most. They do overhang, but yeah, 2 is the sort of most you can get. Just take you for a quick look over here. You've got the Staveley engine shed signal box, which was actually one from the Pinxton line. This came from Pinxton, I think in about 2007. I have that sort of in my mind. I could be wrong here, but Mark will tell me off if I got that wrong. It was somewhere in the 2000s period anyway, when this got relocated to Barrow Hill. I think when it arrived, it had its original paint job, and then they repainted it into this lovely, I think it's like sort of LMS colours, plum custard sort of colour. Colour scheme. It was really nice, especially when the light hits it. Got Matey Boy up there at the signals. Just take you for a little look around here as well. You've got the observation walkway. This used to be tracks up here, and what used to happen was there was a coaling tower here, and they'd bring the loaded up wagons and then sort of tip them over and then use this to fill up the tenders of the steam locomotives many years ago. There is some pictures online of that. It's quite an impressive structure. But yeah, over here we have the diesel sheds, so you've got these are all specific to diesel maintenance. We've got the diesel Deltic shed as well over here, where they house and maintain the 3 Deltics that are based here. The 3 Deltics that are based here, I believe, are D9015, you've got D9009, and also 55022. Some other sidings down here as well, where there's bits of track and that. Down there is to the main line, which we will be going down shortly. And then if you head down this way, we have the crossing gates, which take you over to the shooting and rifle range, which is over there. You've also got the old disused brickworks, which is now derelict. It's just literally metal frames that are there now, so we've had them replicated. And then down here is the demonstration line. Not a long route, but it gives you a stretch of the legs of the locos that are based here, and then back again tours use this and stuff as well. I mean, this was also used when Derby's blockade was in use and ongoing at, I think 2018 it was. So they used to store EMT locos, units here, when that was happening, so they couldn't get them into Etches Park. Right, let's get ourselves set up anyway and get ourselves moving. Right. I think that's set up. Make sure the lights are on the right way. No, they're not. That's better. So special for this one, as per this is actually the unit we ran this day as well. 156405. Let's put that on as well. It's 031 for here, I think. We'll check that in a moment. Briefing as well on this one. Is morning driver, you are in charge of 156405 on a special shuttle service to get the passengers to and from Barrow Hill to the model rail event. You'll be running the between the Roundhouse Halt and Chesterfield. Please check all your point work around the yard and all that before departing, as these require manual operation. You'll depart at 9:55 and please set up your cab and allow the passengers to board. Okie dokie, so we have done that. Some windows open. Let's get some lights on for punters as well. Just checking our point work before we go, which is now set. Should you wish to want to have a read of the manual before you decide to purchase this product, you can get that off the actual website link. So the link again is in the description below. There is a link that takes you to the manual for the route. You have a little look through that and see what's included. Talks you through everything, tells you all about the scenarios and what requirements you need for them as well. There's a mixture of payware and default. There's a free roam as well. Put some clag on. We'll go for factor 9 on this one. We'll shut off because it's down to 10 miles per hour as we go over this crossing. Got the workmen on over there as well, as we're waiting us through. So we're going to stop at demonstration line reversal, which is just beyond the crossing. Then we'll set our points, then we'll head for the main line. Got a few reversals on this one as well. So this scenario, it gives you a good look at what's included on this little extension. So of course it runs between Tapton Junction, which is just north of Chesterfield as well. So if you remember the route itself, the portals on the line on the right hand side sort of just went beyond the curve after the junction as we continued left to Sheffield. Obviously now that is not the case, and it continues about 2.5 to 3 miles in distance. The route itself goes a little bit further beyond Barrow Hill as well. It goes about a mile, so north up the back line to about Foxlow Junction. Right. Let's get our lights off and everything. Right, DRA off. Right, all good. So we need to check the points, just change them, and we are good to go. So again, yes, apologies for the lack of videos this past couple of weeks. It's just been a case that myself and Mark, we've been absolutely burnt out and trained. The amount of videos we've been churning out over the last few months, we've been doing it's like one every 2 days. It was taking its toll on us, so a much needed rest. But we are back. We might not be as many outputting at first, but I aim to get going again in time. It's just get ourselves moving again, get back into the swing of things. And why not start off with the Barrow Hill extension? Right, we need to stop at the waiting instructions marker, which is just up ahead. Plenty of 20s on show here today. 37s knocking about, and also the 89 is here. Obviously, the Class 89 was based here for a very long time. It's actually moved now. It's been overhauled. Well, it's been overhauled, I think, here, and it went to Toton for a repaint. Came back here for a short while, but it's now gone to, I believe, is it Soho? Having tests. Now I believe they have actually energised the loco. Very, very slowly moved it on its own bogies and that, and under its own power, very, very, very slightly. I have seen a video on YouTube of that, so it's great to see. But yeah, I'm just waiting the old instructions there. It's quite an interesting line, really. There's so much stuff that comes in and out of here on tours and storage stuff and bits and pieces. It's quite a huge scope of potential that this little extension can get you. Again, all you need is Sheffield to Derby. You don't need anything from Derby, Nottingham, Leicester, Earwash or Derwent. If you don't have them, this will still work as long as you've got Sheffield Derby. Right, clear to proceed onto the main line. The sand is going to be quite slippy. There we go. It's quite a climb, really. You don't really sort of feel it. We'll see it. If you've got an autumn setting on weather, it actually is quite slippy. Right. So we're going to go onto the actual loop. So what we have to do is next then go onto the other cab, pull north, go northbound, and then change ends again to get onto the southbound line. There's no crossover at the south end of this loop. So what we have here is the loop and also Staveley sidings on the left hand side of the main line. Other reasons as well, with the lack of videos, is I've been doing a lot of route building. Those that come to the stream will see that I've been working heavily on Cumbrian coast. That is ploughing along. It's absolutely storming along now. We're getting pretty close to the end of development for version 1 really now. Getting to the stage of scenario creation, which is exciting really. Very glad to see it get to that stage. Excited to have you guys play it as well. Giving something back to you guys. Obviously, you guys that have sat there and enjoyed watching the creation get to play it as well, which is good. That will be available on Track Simulation as well when ready. On Track Simulation's link as well is in the description below in the recommended links. Another thing actually of On Track Simulation, I don't know if you've been following on the Facebook page. We have, well, when I say we, Mark has been starting a new sort of side thing with it on the website. It's now going to be hosting timetables, so working timetables, the proper books. He's been scanning, scanned one that's actually there and live. It's a West Coast Mainline, very fully comprehensive timetable. It includes everything. It's like up from the bottom back up to the top to Scotland. It has everything, like 500 pages, something like that. So any scenario creators, do look out and take a look at that timetable section. It's going to get more over time, so eventually it will be a big library of timetables and hopefully a source of gen for you guys to come and have a look at and hopefully be inspired to make some scenarios and sort of stuff that you might not even think of making really as well, because all that gen's going to be there. You'll be able to go back in time a bit to like the 90s and stuff like that and make some older stuff. But again, do take a look on the OTS website. There's a tab at the top of the website that takes you to the timetable section, and you'll be able to find the first one there. You can download them as well. It's not just a case of looking at my website. You can actually physically download these files. Bear in mind though, they are quite big. Some will be bigger than others. I think the first one's like 700 meg, so please bear in mind the size of it. Right, so we're on the main line heading north, so this line would eventually go around to Sheffield. Obviously on this extension it goes about a mile so north to Foxwell Junction. So we're going to stop on this marker, change ends, and then we're going to cross over and head south for a couple of miles to Sheffield, and then we'll come back again. And then we'll have a look at the turntable, have a little play with that, show you how that operates, and just talk you through it. Right, so that's all off. Key out. Right, change ends, so we've done that. We have the road, and off we go. So what I've just done is I've actually just turned the game sound up a bit because I didn't realise it was actually turned down. So hopefully you should be able to hear the unit a little bit more now. So I do apologise if it's slightly deafened you a little bit. I was doing some testing earlier and I had to turn it down. Right, power on. I want to go into the outside view, just so you guys can see the scenery. So again, you've got the Staveley sidings on the left hand side there. Back in the day served by the collieries that would have brought trains to here, held them, and then they would go off to the power stations where they need to be. Please note as well that I've got the AP weather enabled into this, otherwise you will have TSA. So the landscape as well, when you come out of Chesterfield onto the curve at Tapton Junction, has changed dramatically, obviously, with the amount of scenery that's gone in here. If I sit up here you can see everything. Mixture of housing and industrial areas as well, so there's a bit of everything. The route itself comes with 12 scenarios, 3 defaults, 1 free roam and 8 payware versions. Cover a bit of everything, so you get steam and diesel running days in the actual roundhouse itself. It also comes with some rail tours. There's a bit of stuff that goes by and passes the outside as well. There's a bit of a mixture of everything. And again, all them scenarios only need Sheffield Derby and this. I'll do a 60. On the right there was the Old Whittington sewage treatment works as well. Going towards Tapton Junction now. So you'll recognise this bit on the right hand side, of course, where the line from Sheffield comes in on the right there. Slightly revamped this bit here as well, just to give it a bit of an up-to-date feel to mix in with the route. Obviously you will get a slight little bit of tallow stuff, it's just because it's building in such a big area on top of the new bit on top of it, so soon sorts itself out. Just going over the canal there. It's Chesterfield Canal. Slow down a minute for the 20, we're going to cross over and go to platform 3. So that's Tapton Junction just gone by there. I'll go back in here because we all know what this bit looks like. So what happens here is when we get to Chesterfield we wait for a service to obviously offload the passengers anyone that wants to go to Modern Rail, we wait and sort of connect in with that one, take them back again. I think it's about a 5 minute wait. What we'll do is sort of like cut through to the departure time, rather than make you guys sit here and wait for 5 minutes. I'm not that cruel. You guys can enjoy that for yourselves if you pick up this pack. Right, so Chesterfield, so we'll get the doors open, we'll cut through to the just before the departure time, and then we'll head back north to the roundhouse, and I'll give you some background information as well along the way. So you join back in the cab, ready for the northbound departure in just about a minute's time. So, the connecting service, as you have seen, has just been and gone. We're just waiting for the passengers to make their way over to our service and board. Right, so, first of all is the map. So, you can see us down here at Chesterfield. You can see the two portals here, that was where the original route sort of ended in the track. Since then, the track's been extended. Scenery included, all the way up to Staveley and the Barrow Hill Roundhouse, and also a little bit further north to Foxlow Junction there. Your next service back will be to Zulu 17, back to the Roundhouse. The connecting service bound for Liverpool Lime Street has just left and dropped off plenty of customers for Model Rail Live. When you are ready, you may depart back for Barrow Hill. Roger that. Right, so this is an extension to Just Trains' Midland Mainline Sheffield to Derby route, which must be installed in Train Simulator for this route to display and operate correctly. Located just north of Chesterfield, access to the Barrow Hill Roundhouse is via a junction off the line that comes off the Midland Mainline at Tapton Junction itself. Barrow Hill Roundhouse is unique in being the last surviving railway roundhouse in the United Kingdom that has an operating turntable. Built in 1870, it was threatened with demolition in 1991 when British Rail closed the site, but it was saved by a group of dedicated volunteers who have transformed it into the unique railway museum and events location. Barrow Hill Roundhouse includes a private railway halt station at Barrow Hill and 8 standard scenarios that require pay where additional add-ons are included, with 3 standard defaults also. There is also one default quick drive free roam. There's a section below in the manual that takes you all the way through the different requirements per scenario. Please note there is no quick drive for this, just due to the way that the track layout is. It wouldn't be possible to do a quick drive as far as I know into the actual roundhouse itself. No doubt there'll be plenty of scenarios that'll come through the community though, that you guys will be able to have a play with. Please note as well, if you do pick up this pack, make sure you download the most up-to-date version of Sheffield to Derby. There was an update that came out prior to the release of this product. If you don't have that, you will have issues and you'll have no track, as the track comes in that service pack, along with other bits and pieces. Bits and pieces to look out for on the route. So you've got the station, which is Roundhouse Halt. You've got Tapton Junction, where we're about to go through, and diverge to the right hand side. You go past Old Whittington Sewage Treatment Works. Made a bit of a boo-boo there. I weren't clicked on. I shall sort that. At Barrow Hill reception sidings also. You've got Staveley Engine Shed Signal Box. Barrow Hill Roundhouse Visiting Centre. The Barrow Hill Roundhouse itself. The Turntable. Standing Tower, which also looks like something out of the World of the Worlds. You've got the water tower there, and also the observation walkway, seating and observation areas as well. Away we go. Disused brickworks, the shooting range, and the end of the line where the obviously the demonstration line ends. You get the diesel sheds. Those, by the way, don't have an interior. You can't drive inside them, but you can do, but it won't get very far. But there's no interior. You get the low loading area where the locos that come to visiting can get offloaded by road low loaders. You also get the ticket office, which is sited at the back end of the station, and then of course it tells you about the visitors entrance there. There's a section in the manual actually that talks you through operating the turntable. If you haven't ever used turntables in TS, I know not all routes have them. Simple though, you can click around the tracks, or you can use the key binds on the keyboard by pressing G or Shift G. And then it goes on to the scenarios. I'm going to talk you through the scenarios, there's too much to talk through really there. You guys can find that out. And yeah, that is pretty much the manual in a nutshell. So we'll head back down to the demonstration line reversal and then head back into the platform. See, we didn't miss that one then. That's what happens when you go talking and you clicked on the wrong screen, you start missing things. So I'll show the view going the other way as well. So I'll show you as well what I mean by the massive change of the backdrop. This curve, there was no scenery on the hills, just over there. It was literally blank, but now it's just a massive transformation. You even get the wind turbine as well, which dominates the view. Next signal is a approach controls type signal. This is to slow you down for the junction, so make sure you are slowing down to an appropriate speed for this one. Around, it's about 30-31 mile an hour it's set to, but as long as you're doing below that you won't have any issues, as the junction is obviously 15. It's set that for the actual junction to Barrow Hill itself, or the actual sidings on Staveley side. You should see somewhere ahead the signal's red. There we go. Down to appropriate speed. It'll be down to 15 when we get to the loop. Right, down to 15. Right, so we're heading back into the Barrow Hill complex. We've got the road, we're all set. There's another asset actually over there, business centre, sort of office style thing. This used to be to do with the old works that were over here. I can't quite remember what this place was called. It's gone off my head, but there was a lot of industry around here. This once served all this. This is like the last standing building of the site. It's now a business sort of centre, offices and stuff. There's a gym in there as well. Very squeaky corner, that very tight curve. Drop down to 10 after we cross over the level crossing where the gates are. Right, so we're going to stop here again and reverse back. Well, we're going to change end and head back into the platform itself. Right, so shut this cab down, put the key out, we want that headlamp there, tail lights and markers off, keys out, get the windows back up as we're done this end, turn that off now, key back in, reverse it on, we need to put our headlamps on, that all off, and please change ends and check your points before heading back to Roundhouse Halt 2. Didn't realise it did buzzing for a stopping light task. I've had that before. Right. Such an awkward one to try and get a screenshot for thumbnail. I'll have to do something separate, I think. Sure if we can do anything for Roundhouse Halt. Doesn't really do it. We need something that features the whole roundhouse itself on that picture, so I'll sort that after the video. But we are back at the station, and what we'll do next is we'll cut through and just do a little bit of something with the turntable before wrapping the video up. So you join me now back inside the roundhouse, and I'm just going to quickly show you the operation of the turntable itself. Another little funky little feature is these new fence barriers, by the way, which come with the route. You can use these in scenarios and place them down, so these ain't here all the time. These have been placed for this scenario, so it's sort of like it cordons off an area for visitors to come and watch trains coming in and out of the shed itself. So it's quite busy out here today. There's all sorts going on. This is another one of the scenarios that comes with it. I think this was diesel running day. So to operate the turntable on this scenario, so the train's off the actual road itself, to get the turntable to actually line up with your loco, press G, like so, and the turntable will sort itself out and line itself up into place like so. I've not got the lights on here because it makes everything really, really bright on this train, like so. So it just brightens everything up, so I'm just going to turn them off for the purpose of this. As you see, all sorts of different locos in here. Got some 37s, got an 08 shunter, got our 20 there, and again another 37. Yeah, so what I'll do is, this scenario actually would drive over, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive on. I'm just going to make it turn around and change ends. Right, so we are now on the turntable. So I don't know if you can sort of see this. I don't think you can because I haven't got the cursor thing appearing on the actual stream. But basically, if you hover over into the roads, a little point lever appears, and all you have to do is simply click a road, and now the turntable will move, like so. Now, again, if you want to go a little bit further, it'll just keep moving around for you there. Now, you don't have to just click. You can press G, and it'll go one track at a time, like so. Well, the 37's apparently just come to life. How does that work? Will it go off again? That's quite bizarre. I've never seen that before. But then again, I don't always use turntables, but yeah, the 37's lights just managed to come on. But yeah, it's easy to do. So it's G, and then Shift G to go back again, like so. Yeah, so that's literally all there is with that one. It's simple as it's easy to do. Again, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you wish to purchase the product, head over to justtrains.net. Barrow Hill Roundhouse Extension of £5.99 available now to download. Go and fill your boots, guys. I hope this video has been beneficial to you, and hopefully it's informed you enough about the route and given you a bit of a brief background about the area and explained what comes with the route. Obviously, I'm sure there'll be reviews elsewhere in time. I'm sure Alan Thompson Sim will have a review that covers everything that you guys want to know in terms of review thoughts, and other places too. Thank you ever so much, guys, for watching. We'll be back again very, very soon with another video. Take care, and we'll see you soon.